What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the simulator. This is TurbodTalon Golf on YouTube. My name's Shelby Iverson. Nice to meet you. I've got another revenge video for you. It's Wednesday the 29th of October in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. And over a year ago, maybe not quite a year ago, I played at a random golf course on SIGPRO, and it was called Fairwood Golf and Country Club. And as we can see here, I was not able to break 100. I missed it by a stroke. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna get revenge on Fairwood. Hopefully I can shoot better than 100. You see it here, Fairwood Golf and Country Club. Let's give it a play. Let's check the match settings. Gimme auto putt was set to 5. We played 6,000 yard tees last time, Thursday pins, all of this stuff. The only thing I'm gonna change is I'm gonna set the stimp to 11 because I don't play 8 stimp greens typically. Everything else should be the same. Stroke, this, that, the other, etc., so forth and so on. Let's load it up and play around. It's getting a little chilly in the simulator. It's October. I am not warmed up. I just got off work. Got to get the reps in. Gotta get the reps in. It seemed like it was a nice little course. I was rewatching part of the video today at work. There was a lot of shanking going on. There was a lot of errant drives. We'll see if we can capitalize on that. The fact that I don't shank as much and I don't hit as many errant drives. Oh boy, this is a tight little fairway. Uh-oh. Ball ain't gonna go that far. Super tight fairway, actually. Not excited about this so far. Looks like we're gonna have tree trouble. Maybe we can punch out. No, we're not gonna be able to punch out of that. Yeah, let's just hit a nice low punchy shot. I'm hardly warmed up. This probably ain't gonna be very easy. All right, hit a tree branch. It's gonna be in the bunk. It looks like we shot a double bogey on this hole last year. Oh boy. That's no good, guys. That ain't bad though. Roll. Where did I put my putter? There's my putter. Let's see if we can't sneak this golf ball into this here hole. All right, did we do a double here again? Yep. All right, we're tied up. I do typically get a bogey or a double bogey on the first hole of every course though. Fairways are pretty tight and the holes are pretty short. I'm thinking that driver's not our best bet here. You can see that we do not have much of an opening here. I think if we keep hitting driver, we're gonna keep being in trouble. Guys, maybe we ought to try something else here. Let's this might be problematic actually. This might actually be problematic. Nice toey shot. I know we're playing the wrong fairway, but that's not illegal last time I checked. 88 yards in. Got to go up and over this tree. We pretty much double bogeyed every hole except for 3, according to what I can see here. And I'm fairly sure we can do a little bit better than that. You wouldn't think it by the score we're already at, but if we can start getting off the tee, we'll be fine. This is a flat putt. $157. Was that another toey shot? Should be up. I stand corrected, we're not up. 16 yards. That did not feel that hard. 21 yards, 24 yards. Yeah, SIGPRO, nah, it ain't worth it. Is that another bogey? It doesn't matter as long as it's not 100 or greater. It's just it's too narrow. So let's hit smart shots the best we can and try to avoid being in the trees. There's just not much. There's not much of a clearing here. These fairways are extremely narrow. I can see why I shot what I shot. Old Gray Man says nice practice swing. Yeah, I did that video. I don't think you tuned into it, but I did the video after the one you were last in where I started practice swinging. So I'm too young in my golf career to not try new stuff, you know. We might be okay. What do we got? 160 to the pin on a par 4. Got a ways to go, guys. That's going left, but it's close, so we're good. We can get the chipping under control. Fifth hole last year when I played this course and was unable to break 100. Looks like we double bogeyed this par 3. To be fair, I was in no position to be landing on a green 190 yards out. I barely am now. Way too much club. We should have used a 6-iron, but we're on, right? That's all that matters. Nope, we're not on. 30 yards. Coast to coast. Dreaded coast to coast. All right, guys, I don't really know what to say to that. That was just poor execution rather than say that it was someone else's fault. Wouldn't say we're gonna have like a banging ass score, but I think we can break 100. 229. Guys, these fairways are too narrow to hit driver. Still may have tree trouble. I think we're through. No, we're not. Guys, this wouldn't be a very fun golf course in real life. for obvious reasons. I hate that this won't put your dot in a place that you actually may be aiming. It's kind of crazy. Little right bounce. Little birdie putt. It's downhill, leaking right. Did I not even, did I push it or did I misread it? It's a little bit of both. Old Gray Man said, "Are you still hitting the balls into the ceiling?" No, it's hitting the top of my enclosure. My ceilings are 20 feet high, and I've got a mesh net over the top here. The crummy thing is that the spot between where I'm starting to hit and my ProTee launch monitor is only about, I don't know, 30 inches or so. So I got to make sure I'm on the front of the mat, or bad things may start happening, because I don't have a protective cover on my launch monitor. Not a smart idea, but I just haven't gotten around to it, you know. Little worm burner, we might be in the bunker. Probably bounce up and over, get up. That was a good shot. It only started happening with these Max Fly Tri-Fly balls. I've got a very hard jacket on them. It doesn't happen with my TP5X picks. But I can't get a dozen TP5X Pix balls for 15 bucks at Dick's Sporting Goods either, so you got to kind of split the difference, you know. Like, I bought enough of these balls I could probably play for 2 seasons outside and still not have gone through them all. Guys, if we just play our normal TurbodTalon golf game, we're going to break 100 here easily. Maybe even break 90. But I can't use, well, at least through this many holes, I haven't been able to use driver too many times. That's going to stop right in front of the hole. That'd have been a birdie, guys. 5 over after 7 holes. Old Gray Man said he had to change the rooftop on his enclosure today. Was using heavy moving blankets, but is now using 12-ounce duck canvas. I agree. It's important that the golf ball doesn't go where you do not want it to go. When I first started in here, I broke one of the windows out, one of the little window panes on my garage door over here. There's a little ding bump on my wife's Honda Civic. She doesn't care. I mean, she's been driving that car for years. But I've pretty much got it shank proofed at this point. Having the 4-foot walls on the Carl's Place enclosure helps a lot. All right, I tried opening my stance up a little bit on driver, and you can see that the ball sliced as it always does. I just don't like having to have my foot at like 90 degrees to not slice in the simulator. I would love to be able to figure out an alternative to that, but this doesn't seem like it's going to happen. That might just be the way it is. I mean, I could calibrate my launch monitor so that it thinks the impact area is different than it is on the screen. You can trick the launch monitor with the calibration board, but I don't know. I just don't want to do that. I don't really want to do that at all, actually. It's going to be right of the target, but still should be good. A little chippy chip. Old Gray Man says he has 8.5-foot walls. It's basically enclosed in either nets or, you know, whatever this crap is I bought from Harbor Freight. If I wasn't so lazy, I would frame this whole area in and use those black pads that you can stick to the wall. But sim's not really my #1 priority. I've already got a lot of money invested into it. I'm just trying to have a good time, you know. Five over after 8. We are slowly moving to 0.5 bogey. Pretty narrow fairway. We got OB on the right. Can't really risk it. Can't really risk it. Let's just hit a 3-wood again. What happened there? Okay, it hit right off the bottom of the club. Let's just hit 3-wood again. Let's make sure we're aimed where we want to be aimed though. See how long it takes to move this purple dot? I don't know why it can't just be somewhere useful. That's out to the right, should be in the fairway. Luckily this is a par 5 because that drive was just atrocious. We actually are going to need 2 more strokes to get up there. He says I'm hitting it straight today, not trying to jinx me. Yeah, I'm not using my driver. That's probably why I'm hitting straight. That's kind of leaking to the left, but we knew it was going to take 2 more shots to get onto the green anyway. Real bad drive. Real bad drive. Golf's fun. It's fun. It's fun outside. It's okay in here. That wasn't bad. Let's get our, what I'm assuming is going to be a bogey, because this putt's going to be too long to make probably. We'll set her right there. Oh, sneak in there. Man, you hate to see those. You really hate to see those. Guys, look how narrow these fairways are. It is no wonder that I shot 100 here last time. It really is no wonder at all. As long as we can keep the ball under control, we should be able to stay out of this OB. But the trees are everywhere. You're OB, you're in a tree. You're in a box with a fox. You know the story. You know the flippin' story. He's in a box. He's with a fox. 315, guys. We have 315 yards to go. The good thing is we don't need to hit that far, and I can't hit that far anyway. I can't even hit that far with my driver most days. All right, I would have rather that drew, but it's fading. It doesn't matter. Old Gray Man says this course reminds him a little bit of McCord. I spent some time on McCord. Break. Would not have had the money back then to play any golf courses on McCord. 90 in, let's hit an easy 50-degree wedge. All we want to do is just be right here on the center of the green. It's not a bad shot. I mean, it's not nothing to write home about. I remember before I went to MEPS, my wife and I lived with her mom and stepdad. I think we lived over on Bangor. Was that where they were, Bangor? I think so. Get in the hole. That was a long time ago, man. I remember my wife worked at the Subway sub shop on Bangor. That was a long time ago. That was a whole other lifetime ago, baby. Luckily that's coming back. It ain't gonna go very far. You lose a tremendous amount of distance. Look at that gear effect. Look at that gear effect. Look at that gear effect. That's trash. What is that hitting? I think think I'll go buy me some pool noodles. That's gonna be my mission after I do these 2 rounds, is go buy some pool noodles. It's getting to the point when I hit anything above my pitching wedge, I'm honestly scared I'm gonna break one of these screens or get hit in the eye socket or something. Ball goes up. Where's the ball hitting? Okay, it's hitting right here. It's hitting that piece of EMT right there. That makes a little more sense. It's hitting, holy crap, this hole would have been way out of my league back then. I didn't rewatch the whole video, so I don't know exactly what happened on every hole, but this would not have been that great. Guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm replaying this course that I played a year ago to try and break 100. Steven says at least the trees aren't too thick. Yeah, they're okay. It's just if you're behind a tree or you're hitting out from under one, it just ends up usually being a shit show. Downhill leaker. We only need to hit about 40 feet. Let's see how bad this leaks. It leaked less than I thought it would, but it was still a decent lag putt. It wasn't a good lag putt. Old Gray Man says the foam insulation for hot water pipes are good. That is exactly what I was going to get from Home Depot. It's actually in my Home Depot shopping cart. You talking about those gray ones? Some of them have the some of them have the double stick tape on them, so you can put them around the pipe and then they stick together. Because that's exactly what I'm probably going to go there and get. See if Mama wants to go with me. Guys, I'm going to hit driver. Is it a great idea? I don't know. Let's find out together. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to close my stance back up. No matter what I do, if my stance is too open, it just slices over. 150, 160 into the pin here. We're going uphill. It's going left. Don't hit the sidewalk. Nice little neighborhood we're in. It actually pushed an update today because the graphics weren't quite this good last time I played it. It looks as if the course creator, course designer, whatever we're calling it, has done a little bit of work on the graphics. serious? Carry was 22. We lost a little bit of carry. I don't think we were in a good lie though. 1 year later, we'll get into the cup. I'm thinking why? Because that was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're probably taking a double here. We'll see. We will see. It's leaking pretty hard. Let's just get it up to the cup. Call it a day. Oh, so close. I think that's a dub. Guys, you don't want to be getting doubles. If you're consistently shooting double bogey, and this is going to sound like blasphemy, my advice to you from 1.5 years of golf and like 55,000 balls hit in this simulator, literally, is move up a couple tee boxes until you're starting to get pars and bogeys. You'll just have a way better time. There you go. Nice straight bomb. Little high, good shot. Yeah, I always use my 10% discount. It's funny. It's funny that I didn't know there was a cap on that discount because I was doing a room in the basement for when my mother-in-law lived with us. And I bought so much lumber and sheetrock and paint and all of that crap that I actually hit the cap on the discount. Pretty funny. Okay, I think I know exactly where we're hitting. It's actually kind of scaring me. Like, I don't want to hit these two clubs. Let's see. I think it's hitting right above the impact screen. Yep. Okay, easy fix, easy fix. I just got to go buy some of that insulation. It's just getting to the point where I don't even want to hit these clubs. That was just a shank. Shankily doodly doo. Okay, so this is the third time we've used this club in a row. And I can tell you from experience, that means we are going to be, fourth time we'll have used this club in a row. That means we're looking at it like a triple or a quad here. I'm just not paying attention. I'm sorry, I suck. And then we're going to two-putt. Rough hole, rough hole. Let's see here. This is for double, so we're looking at a trip. Stop right in front of the hole. All right, that was a pretty stupid hole. You are going to gain a couple of strokes when you're shooting a live stream because you're trying to interact with the audience and all of that stuff. It's not too bad, but it does get sort of distracting. .213. You'll get a stroke here or there. That actually started out good and then started to turn over. That sucks. So we're going to be completely blocked out. What's our exit strategy here? We can go up and over. We can hit a little 80-yarder and go up and over there. I'd say that's our best bet. Let's move this ball up a smidge. You can see that came straight back and almost hit me. If that doesn't roll OB, that's actually going to be nice, but there it goes. Let's see where that ball hit, just because I'm trying to figure out what I got to do here to stop getting killed. Okay, that was right off the top of the impact screen. That was right here. That's kind of scary. 30 yards. What are we doing right now? 11 over? Yeah, we got a long ways to go before we're even tickling 100. Guys, this is going to be a leaky little nasty putt. You're down 20 inches. So you really only need to hit this ball like 20 feet of feel. That's tracking to the hole. Ooh, that'd have gone in. That's crazy. All right, another bogey. Let's start playing some actual golf here. Yeah, I use it. Old Gray Man says if I ever used an 8-iron to chip. Yes, I have. But that's more of something when I was trying to do a bump and run. I wouldn't use an 8-iron when I'm trying to get something in the air. The bump and runs are fine. They usually hit the middle of the screen, but it's when we're trying to get it in the air that things get bad. Bomb Ace Super says a little bit of pool noodles might help with that. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I'm actually going to go to Home Depot after I play a bit here in the simulator, because I've got this distinct feeling that I'm going to need a ride to the hospital here if I keep on tempting fate. Or I could just switch back to my TP5X Pix balls, because they're actually like a softer premium ball, but I kind of don't want to do that either. These balls are cheap and they're marked really well, so if you're out on the course with your buddies, you're certainly never going to get your ball confused with theirs. That was a nice little shot. Nice little shot. I didn't get hit in the face with a golf ball. I guess you could say shit's really looking up. Leaky putt. Let's let it leak. It probably won't leak that much because we're going uphill. You're going to hit through some of the break. 24 feet. This is going to be tricky, guys. Oh, I smoked the shit out of that ball. That's really strange how that worked, because we were supposed to be uphill. Okie dokie. All right, little downhill breaker. Probably just bought us a bogey. Oh no, is that going to leave the circle again? These greens are only 11 stimp. That's kind of what's funny about it. All right, guys, play this course at your own risk, because you are not going to be able to use driver very often. It's just a tight, difficult little course. And you're probably going to be using a fairway wood or an iron off the tee most of the time. Maybe just play one round today. Okay, so we can't use driver, so naturally we're not going to get very far off the tee. Luckily, we should be able to break 100 because this course is out of my league. I'd say if the course you're playing, you can never ever hit driver because your accuracy's too low. Maybe save that course for when your handicaps drop to a sufficient level. This is why I don't use the button box all the time. You see how long it's taken me to move my dot up to the green? It's because of a glitch in GS Pro where it aims you to the next aim point on the fairway. I tried to show you yesterday, but it was like one hole after another, like I was just not getting an example. But GS Pro aims you to some weird places sometimes. If you didn't know already, I'm not a fan of the software. I hope the ProTee core software that's coming out next quarter whoops up on GS Pro enough to where GS Pro goes away, but I don't think it's going to happen. GS Pro's dug in like a tick. Okay, you got 26, 26, 26. It's downhill a lot though, so just chip something up on the green and hopefully it goes where you're trying to go. That'll do. Bogey golf. If you can't use your driver off the tee, you're probably going to be playing bogey or double bogey golf. It is what it is. $13, 10-footer here. We'll take a par where we can get one though. All right, guys, final hole, and we're only 13 over. I would have to have a real bad hole to get up to 27 over par. It's a par 71, so yeah, I would have to do something pretty egregious. Let's hit driver, let's hit one nice and hard, and then I'm gonna go to Home Depot and get some pool noodles and some insulation. Work for you guys? Let's hit this one real hard here. Okay, that's going over to the left. I would rather hit a hook than a slice. Both of them would have got us in trouble, but we're blocked out by a tree. I can take a sim drop. I might be able to lateral over to the 45. I'm not going to lateral over. I'm going to let's bail out. Let's bail out up here. We're going to hit on this other hole, but I frankly really don't give a shit. We're going to bail out on this hole though. And hopefully we don't go too far left. No, it's going left. Hopefully it don't go OB. It's going to go OB, I think. Yep. It looks like we can mulligan or re-hit. Obviously we don't take any mulligans. What I'm going to do is re-hit, and I'm going to swing even harder at the ball just for fun. You know what? Let's go up here. Let's hit this way. This ball's obviously going to hit 15 trees on its way up through, but all we needed to do was break 100 here. There we go, little fairway finder. Should have done that to begin with. Hindsight's 20/20, right? All right, old gray man, thanks for coming in. I do need to drive safe to Home Depot because I live in northern Utah and the people here drive like, what's the word for it? They drive like assholes. They drive like there's no one else on the road but them. Come on, fade. We on. Let's chip over. Let's chip with this, what do I got here, a 7-iron? Let's do a little 7-iron chip here. Toe down. Coast to coast. Let's chip with the 7 again. We're having a good time. We will have no problem breaking 100 here. Basically running out the clock. Let's putt with the 7-iron. What do we got here? Downhill leaker. We will keep putting with the 7-iron. This is doing all kinds of weird stuff. Let's putt with the 7-iron again. All right, we did it. Okay, we shot an 89. Doesn't matter how many strokes over par it was. We broke 100. I think we went 5 over on 18 though, because I stopped giving a shit. It's a video game, so who cares? But we had some good shots. We had some mediocre shots. I couldn't use driver here. You can't use driver on a 6,000 yard course. You're probably going to shoot about like this. Obviously, we only shot an 80, 84, 85, but let's check out the stats. Kind of surprised that we got this 282 and ball speed 145 because I only remember a few holes I hit driver on, and I probably didn't do that with a 3-wood. Couple of mistakes, couple of dumb things I did just because I don't care. But let's get out to the GS Pro splash screen here, loading screen. Guys, that was, I think it was Fairwood Golf and Country Club. This is my scorecard from a year ago. We shot 100 even, so if I'd have gone 1 stroke lower, I wouldn't have needed to shoot this video. But I think what I'm going to slowly do is get revenge on any course that I've not broken 100 on. There should be a few more, and then they'll kind of continue to be odds and ends throughout the next little while because there aren't too many of them. This video was from a year ago. I hadn't been golfing very long at that point. But that's it. Guys, thanks for watching. As always, if you're not subscribed and you have the inclination, go ahead and subscribe. If not, that's also fine, and we'll see you in the next video regardless. You guys have a good one.